last weekend. I think last weekend I took out the iron for the first time in 66 days. I've taken the 72 out a few times. It's if you can see a clear view of it, it's quite dirty. But I haven't been taking it out in the rain or anything nasty. It's just you get in the shaded areas and they're wet. It's only 38 degrees out here right now, so it's anything shaded will be frozen. So this is I'm using that Neewer Lapel mic that has a shop glove, a rubber glove, pulled over the windsock with a hole punch. I just took a hand hole punch and knocked a hole in the tip of it, and that's the only part that's exposed. About right here in the background. I always point it out, but super view and wide angle, you generally just don't see it. Nice to point it out anyway. But anyway, I use this mic in the Harley FX DB and also the 2010 Spider RT. Just test rides around the block there by the shop. So this is the same mic. It's mounted in my my home helmet, I guess you could call it. I gotta show you that I use at work. No, I haven't even plotted out in my head where I want to go. I just nice out. Said I'm heading out. I don't know if it's possible at all, but Mount Rainier is sitting there. It's about 50 miles as a crow flies from me. To me, it's literally stared me right in the face. But you know how the wide angle and the super view of these GoPros with their 15mm fisheye as a way of just making it not even be there. This is the little Toledo airport, which I've probably mentioned multiple times. So I'm kind of surprised I didn't. I looked at the trip meter on this thing before I took off, and I had 37 miles on it. This time of year, I never leave these things sitting in a garage without the tanks being full. I wonder if these guys would get upset if I brought my little Hubsan X4 micro chopper out here and started flying around. Probably piss them right off, wouldn't it? Get out of here with that toy. If you haven't noticed, that's a remote control flying field out here. Whenever there's a sunny day, even when there's not. That's not a real plane, by the way. That's just a remote control. There again, if the camera even picked it up. Speaking of not picking things up, that's Mount Hood, or St. Helens sitting right in front of me. Right there. Why I pointed out. So over this hill here, where these trees are, obviously they weren't always there. They pushed a bunch of old cars that look like they're from the 40s. I noticed they've cleaned a lot of that up, but the wife and I were walking around. I think we were driving down here in the FJ or something, and stopped at they got little, restrooms down there, and we were walking around. There's this little slough that kind of winds around back there, and it's this really strange rust-colored dirt and stuff around there, and it's like, that's bizarre. There must be a lot of metal in the side of that hill. I get to looking up, I'm like, oh my god, there's all these old cars that were pushed off of that hill. I mean, who the hell would do that? I mean, there must have been 8 to 10 cars, and they were are all, you know, like 30s and 40s style cars. I'm gonna drive you up on this dike so you can see the spillway. It's pretty cool. Isn't it weird that Evinrude Outboards is now owned by Bombardier? Same people that make the Spiders and Can-Am quads and side-by-sides and Ski-Doos and Sea-Doos and all that cool stuff. Probably not supposed to go here, but I'm just going to drive up on this thing so I think you can get a good look at it. Maybe not. Can't see it at all, actually. You can see where it spills over. Whoa. Dropped the wheel down in off the edge there. But you can see it over here a lot better. I think this is a salmon hatchery. Ooh, look at this. I'm gonna do some off-roading on the 72. That'll steep. It's pretty steep. But from here you can see fishing boundary. Exactly do they mean by that? Well, you can see it real good, but I'm facing the sun and you're staring through a damn fence. That's some serious water moving over that bad boy. And you come out here and you can watch the salmon. Right time of year, you can see them spawning, going up the dam. It's cool as hell. Got some fishermen out there. That looks like some soft ass rocks. I don't think I'm not gonna drive into that. Sink right into them. Just trying to get you a better view of the river running through. This is a little area called Silver Creek, and there's another dam down here. I thought I'd just try. Oh, that was a big hole, and I seen that one. I think I've taken you down here before. Pretty sure I have. See a cat going across the road. It's not black, but oh no, it's right there, Calico or whatever. But anyway, I think I've taken you down here before. This is Mayfield Dam. It's really pretty. That was a big whoop in the road. Why do you always seem to hit shit like that when you're not looking? Turn my head, bam! It's beautiful through here, though. It's really weird to come through here this time of year. I mean, it's January. You never have weather like this in January. And I don't know if I'm just having a good time or what, but I am not cold. I think I actually overdressed. It's beautiful white fence. Spot through here somewhere. I'm gonna go bombing in here. I think there's a landslide here at some point. Yeah, you know, now that I think of it, I came down here on the low. This is before I did talkies. I used to stick little point shoots and stuff. In fact, I have the very point shoot that I did some motovlogs on. I'd get that thing in my helmet. These elaborate deals to hold them in there. Oh man, not gonna be able to see it at all. Hell, I can barely see it with my naked eye, and I know the camera's not gonna pick it up. Yeah, gonna miss it. I mean, it's just like the hugest drop into no man's land down there. But that's Lake Mayfield Lake. Welcome to Mayfield Dam. Wonder when this thing was built. Bet it has a date on it here. It's gotta be pretty damn old. It's 250 feet down. We're sitting, it's right here. Right here's where we're at. And that's why I was trying to look down, but you can't see. Here she is rushing some water. 1961. It was during construction in 1961, so see if I can cup you in a way that you can see down there. Try to get you over the camera without disturbing the camera. But you can see the main spillways coming down. Pretty cool, huh? And this little island, I don't know if I can point this out, but straight out, that's actually an island. The water goes completely around it, right straight out there. And I go walking out there and walk up the hill. There's a little miniature lighthouse and stuff out there. It's pretty cool. This is wow. Here's where we are, Lake Mayfield. And we're right here, so I'm looking east, I guess, which would be correct. That would be west, because maps go north. No, that'd be east. Yeah, okay. Are you safe to be driving that motorcycle, son? Left it sitting over here running. So, that FXDB, the Street Bob, the sales guys wanted this thing taken off because it had rust spots on it. It's a headlight visor. Well, I was able to get the rust spots off with some SOS and some Neverdol. And I thought I would just add to the gayness of my 72 by putting it on. Make sure I don't have a ding in my rim. Man, I mean, that hole was brutal. Literally, it gave me a headache. Just kind of jarred my head. I wasn't expecting it. I looked at the GoPro to turn the damn thing back on. Go down this little road here real quick. Has a cool switchback. I mean, a full switchback. Nah, I'm not going to go bombing through there and do anything crazy on this. Old feller down there, a couple old fellers down there fishing. I think it's too warm here to be frozen. There's a lot of moss on the road. Check this out. Oh yeah, it's too mossy to bomb through it. In the summertime you can. I wouldn't on this anyway. There's like a house or something up here, so I'm not going to be able to get too far. I always want to go down that. Oh, there's a couple of houses here. Let's just turn our asses around here. I always want to go down that little dirt road. It probably goes to somebody's property and I'd probably get in trouble. Nah, I'm not going to go down it. Not the worst thing. Taking some dirt road and it's somebody's driveway that goes right to the front door of their house. See how it switches back? So we touch a bag on this thing. Ah, there she goes. You know, the way these things kind of point up, you know, in this chopper kind of posture, and having the forward pegs, it's harder than you think to touch the pegs down on one of these. And if you touch them down at speed, that's when you do the Baker X Derrick little comment, take it easy. I love that guy, man. I can't get enough of him. But I'm gonna loop around and end up by that island. So I think that's where the hole was. The landslide thing. I was thinking it was over here. Oh, yeah, it's over here too. Yeah. Oh yeah. These shocks are only one click. They're just the way they come off the floor. The one click off of the softest setting. You know, and usually the first thing you do with the first thing you do with Sportsters and stuff is start modifying the suspension. But this thing is just comfortable as hell. I mean, I gotta say, I've never ridden a Sportster as comfortable as this thing. Plenty of power, more power than you'd ever want, plenty fast enough, quick enough. It just needs to be in a 48 posture. But the thing that concerns me with the 48, you know, I'm kind of torn between two things here. You know, I like the mid pegs, but the mid pegs are just not in the right spot. They're kind of, because the bike ride's so low, they're kind of high. So you kind of have this kind of a scrunched feeling, you know, an odd feeling. But, you know, I prefer it over the forward pegs. But if you look at the 48, they're oddly dropped. If you look at the pegs, the pegs actually come down. So anyway, I think I'm probably going to end up with a 48 anyway. I love the blacked out motor, and I just love the look of it. That old, you know, looks like an old bobber style, you know. It has that look to it. Oh shit, I might as well just let you hang on, because I'm going to drop down this hill and go right across the lake here. The bridge goes across the lake. It's really, again, I can't point it out, but you can see a tip of St. Helens. We're like really close to it from here. Shockingly close to it. But it's kind of in the shade. I just wouldn't be able to point it out. But usually these hills are covered in snow this time of year. We've had the lightest snowfall, and geez, I don't know what, I think it's 55 through here. Probably should be going 70. This is controlled or patrolled by the state patrol. They tend not to be very lenient. Well, they're hauling ass on. I'm assuming this isn't frozen. It looks more wet than frozen, but you never know. Lake Mayfield, going across. And there's that, too much sun, you wouldn't be able to see it. But that island's back there. I'm going to go through those trees and pop out at the island. Wow, the water's way down. You don't normally see the ground. Beautiful lake though. You just wouldn't believe the people out here in the summertime. Jet skis, sport boats. Wow, that lake is really down. But anyway, I'm gonna stop and I'll come back on. It's not much to see. Working my way back that way. When I turn off to go into the main road down by the resort where the little island is, I'll come back.